Hello, welcome back to another Beehiiv breakdown. What we're going to be doing today is looking at another newsletter that's hosted on Beehiiv, and this one is in the crypto niche. Now, I'm not a big fan of the crypto niche for newsletters if you are a beginner. I have a few caveats to that I'll share with you at the end that might change your mind on crypto, but there are a lot of crypto newsletters out there, and it's very difficult to stand out from anybody else unless you can do a few of the things that I'm going to mention at the end of this video. This here is a crypto newsletter. It is hosted on Beehiiv. You should recognize the layout here of the homepage that Beehiiv gives anybody who starts a newsletter with them using their platform. If you want to check Beehiiv out, there's a link in the description. You can go check it out. But you can see here they've been posting regularly. They're using the same thumbnail here, and if I was working with these guys, I would talk about changing up these thumbnails just to make everything a little bit more interesting and engaging. If you look at the last Beehiiv breakdown video we did on a different newsletter, they have done an amazing job with thumbnails. I would go check out what they're doing and take some inspiration from them. And the other thing that I don't see here is the use of tags. Tags are a really good way of helping your audience, your subscribers, work through your content. You've got the search bar here to be able to search, but tags are just another way of people being able to see really clearly. They just come under here what the content is about. So I definitely recommend you using tags. Now, you can see this person is, this newsletter is putting out content quite regularly. Now, something you'll notice with this newsletter, I'll leave a link down in the description to this newsletter if you want to check it out in a bit more detail, is that all of their articles seem to be locked. You have to join to be able to get the content. Now, that's fine, but when you're in a really competitive niche like crypto, not letting people get a sample of your content doesn't encourage them to subscribe. Yes, it's free, which is great, but you really want to give people the opportunity to be able to see the content and sample it before they give the email address, so they can just check that it's content they want. And that's actually really useful for you, because you don't want people subscribing to your newsletter that aren't your audience and aren't keen to eventually buy from you, whether it's an affiliate link or some other way. Now, if you want to learn how to monetize your newsletter, then check out our free course. I'll leave a link to the description. 30 days of training videos, all here for free on YouTube. So if you're interested in newsletter business, go and check that out. But as you can see, I just hit the Not Now button and I'm back here on the homepage, and I can access all of the front part of the newsletter, but I can't actually get into these. Now, what you can do, and again, if you go back to our last video, the creators of that newsletter did it really well, but you can have featured articles and emails up here, and that gives people a way of sampling the content, seeing what's happening. Now, I understand crypto is something where you have to jump on trends, and it looks like this is all about data analysis and breaking down and trading, so you don't necessarily want to give all that information away, but you can put some articles out that are just going to the website, that are roundups or deep dives, that give people a feel for the content. Now, I did subscribe to this newsletter so you could see the welcome message, but I don't want to show you their emails just in case they don't actually want me to do that. But what I will say about their emails is they were quite dense. Now, this kind of email is definitely for somebody, or this kind of newsletter, I should say, is definitely for somebody that wants to go deep into information on trading. But I would definitely suggest that they break things up a little bit more, because it does get quite heavy reading. So get those that information broken down a bit into bullet points, more breaks. And also, I didn't see in the newsletter that I took a look at much in the way of promotion or monetization, and there are loads of ways within Beehiiv that you can monetize, and I'll show you those in a second, that this newsletter could be taking better advantage of. So definitely having your monetization strategy sorted before you start is fundamental. Now they do have links out to social media, and I'll just show you what they're doing out there, which they do have a product to promote, but it wasn't clear on the homepage here, and it wasn't clear in the emails, and that's really something they could be pushing in order to help them earn some more money. So when I go over here, then you can see that actually they are quite a big presence on social media. Here we've got 300,000 followers, we've got tons and tons and tons of posts, and you can see that they've got the Discord group, but every time I hit this link through to the Discord, it seems to be that the invite was invalid and it didn't seem to work. So I don't know what's going on with their Discord, but broken links like this, I definitely want to go through and just check that everything's working. And I had the same issue as well when I looked at the welcome email. But what they also have advertised in their welcome email is this trading platform that they seem to be running, because it's the same logo as you can see up here. So they've got this trading lessons and insights for everybody, but I just felt like in the newsletter they weren't really highlighting this enough. So I would have some graphics going on in each newsletter, and I would be having more advertising around this product that they've obviously spent a lot of time building. And again, look, with the joining the Discord links, they didn't seem to be working, and they're clearly trying to get SEO from their news and blog, and they could do exactly the same thing with their newsletter if they were publishing and making them public and getting them indexed into Google. Then they could get organic traffic, not just from news and blog, but also from a Beehiiv as well, because it's got such a high domain authority. So what I'm going to do now is show you the welcome email. So here you can see the welcome email. We've got thanks for signing up. It tells you what you're going to get, which is always a key part of a welcome email. Then they tell you what you need to do to make sure that it stays with, your newsletter stays within the inbox and doesn't end up in spam. Then they've got some links. Again, like they've got an opportunity here to say free training or updates or whatever they've got going on linking to trading, and really promote this a little bit more of how it can help people, and join our community, get support, advice, help, whatever it is, just to get people to click on these links. There's no product here necessarily that they're advertising, and again, like I said, I would definitely be thinking about doing that in a welcome email, whether it's a discount code that then they can use on the website. We know that welcome emails get the highest open rates, we know they get the most click-through rates, so we want to be able to push people somewhere that provides them value. In exchange, we get paid for that. So you can see here they just talk through about how to make sure that emails in the newsletter, but are definitely a lot more that they could be doing here in terms of monetization in order to make them some more money. So the last thing I want to show you is the monetization methods within Beehiiv. Now I couldn't see any evidence that they are using these methods, which suggests to me they might be on the free plan where you don't get access to these kind of things, but there's a great opportunity for them if they wanted to invest some money, and they are big enough, they've got a big enough audience that they could quite quickly make some small changes, get that audience monetized and start earning from them. So they might already have other ways of monetization and they're not interested in this, but that's fine. But obviously we're focusing on newsletters. So if I go into monetization, I'm here within our test account we made up just for our training series. As again, the link to that is in the description. If I go down here to Boost, you can see we've got this Boost marketplace. So these are people that are willing to pay for a subscription. So if a subscriber subscribes from your newsletter, they'll pay you $4. And if I just type in here, so you see now there are an absolute ton of newsletters that are in the crypto and investing niche, and all of these are paying per subscriber. So definitely this newsletter could be taking advantage of this and earning from the Boost marketplace. But not only that, if they use the Boost under the Grow tab in order to grow their subscriber base, they could be doing exactly the same thing. They could be putting together an offer with a cost per acquisition, so how much they're willing to pay for a new subscriber. That would encourage one of those many other crypto newsletters that are out there that are hosted on Beehiiv to promote and get subscribers, which will help them to grow. They've got those 3,000 subscribers on Twitter, then there's no reason why they can't bring some of those over organically with some kind of offer or giveaway and some very clever advertising, and then continue to grow through this service and looking at all those different monetization methods for newsletters. Now, this is part of the scale plan, and as you can see here, that's $84 a month. But like I said, they've got a big audience, so if they could make some small changes to their newsletter and then from there be able to start earning, they could easily cover the monthly scale fee to access those different ways of monetizing, because it's not just the boost. You get all of these as well. So magic links for anybody who's not on Beehiiv is essentially the same way of helping to grow. You just need to be able to track it yourself and things like that. Referral program, they can get access to all of that and then continue growing. They'd be able to get the monetization by promoting other crypto newsletters, and on top of that as well, they would get options to access the ads network, which means that once they've been on Beehiiv long enough and Beehiiv has analyzed their newsletter, they can find the right advertising campaign for them and they can get paid to run ads as well. Not only that, but they can go and find their own affiliate offers as well as promoting their own program. So some small changes, it wouldn't take a lot of time to put into place, but big options for further monetization for a newsletter just like this one here in the crypto niche. Hopefully you found that breakdown interesting. And I did say that I would tell you my exceptions for going into the crypto niche, because it is very, very competitive. If somebody was going to go into the crypto niche, first of all, I would want to know that you have a huge amount of knowledge or you have an existing audience somewhere else. You are going to be going in on the bottom rung. You are going to have a huge level of competition from some very big brands out there that are already very established in the crypto newsletter niche. So if you're going to go that way, I would want you already to have exceptional knowledge of a very, very small sub niche within crypto. You're going to need to carve out your own space. So that might be a blockchain, it might be a particular style of NFT, it might be a coin, it might be something like one particular NFT project that's quite big and you just write about that. You're going to have to go super niche. Give yourself the potential to go bigger. So for example, don't just brand yourself around that one product. So keep your newsletter branding and name broad so you can eventually go broader. But initially you're just going to go after one thing. And that means you can go out and you can find subreddits, you can find Discord groups, you can find people on Facebook, you can find people on YouTube channels, different places where you can organically target people who are interested in the same thing. You can find them easily, you can tell them about your newsletter, you can promote it. And then also with paid methods as well, you're targeting very specific people. You know that they're going to be interested. If you just target crypto, your advertising on somewhere like Facebook or Twitter is going to be astronomical. Whereas if you go really, really super niche, then the numbers are going to be more favorable. It's still going to be expensive, but it's going to be favorable. So they're the things you need to consider if you're going after crypto. Personally, I think there's much less saturated niches where you could do a lot better, and the job will be a lot easier for you in terms of growth. And the other thing that I don't like about crypto is AI, and the fact that because it's all trending, it's very difficult for me to write articles using AI, especially things like ChatGPT, unless you're paying for Pro, which means that I can't write evergreen content, such as the newsletter yesterday that had evergreen content on it. So they are my word of warnings if you're thinking about going into the crypto niche. You're definitely going to want to have some money to spend on advertising, and you're going to want to start incredibly niche. But there are some good affiliate offers out there already that you could sign up for in order to get the opportunity to earn from it from day one. Hope you found this video interesting and useful. There'll be more Beehiiv breakdowns coming on the channel. Reminder that the course is down in the description. If you want us to cover any form of content around AI copywriting or newsletters, feel free to put it down in the comments. We do reply to everybody, and we'll see you in the next one.